Good day, brothers and sisters. Wisdom at Dawn, episode 325. Diligently uphold all dharmas, a limited understanding. Master says, since we have obtained a human form, we should earnestly listen to teachings and diligently uphold and practice the Buddha Dharma. Single-mindedly sustain our vows, listen, contemplate, and practice. Do not doubt the teachings and obstruct ourselves and others. Do not be like the 5,000 people who left the Lotus Assembly. If we can be single-minded and focused in our minds and thoughts and uphold our vows, then we are really learning the Buddha's way and we can draw near to his true teachings. After listening to the teachings, we should carefully contemplate on them. Is this Dharma useful to us? If it is useful, then we try to apply it in our daily living when we deal with people and matters. Life is impermanent, and we do not know how long we will live. Thus, we must seize every moment. Master says, rocks cannot retain water. Similarly, without faith, people will have doubts and therefore obstruct themselves and others. And they would retain nothing but their own overbearing arrogance. Just like the 5,000 people who left the assembly when the Buddha was about to expound the Lotus Sutra. If we are flawed, but yet we defend our own imperfections, we would be like those in the Fourfold Assembly who do not see their faults. They did not respect the Buddha and the Dharma, and therefore they did not respect themselves. They stopped seeking as they assume they have already understood everything there is to know. They do not realize that this is due to their own flaw in upholding the Dharma. And without remorse or regret, they covered up their own flaws. These are people who are not very wise. Because even though they aspired to engage in spiritual practice, they did not know that spiritual practice requires the Dharma taught by the Buddha. However, among those people who stayed on, there was also a Fourfold Assembly, and they are first, initiators, second, adopters, third, influencers, and fourth, associators. Initiators are disciples who are delighted in listening to the Dharma and pleaded to the Buddha to teach them the wondrous one-vehicle Dharma. For example, at the Vulture's Peak Assembly, Shariputra requested the Buddha for his teachings 3 times, and this led to the Buddha to freely teach what he's originally intended to. The purity of Shariputra's heart have unlocked the Buddha's mind. Therefore, Master says we must be grateful to Shariputra who has completed the causes and conditions for the Buddha to freely speak his mind. And these people are called initiators. Adopters are those who properly listened and accepted the Dharma as they realize and understand that they have to broaden their minds to understand these benefits of the great Dharma, and later they would walk on the Bodhisattva path. Thirdly, influencers are those who already understood this great Dharma. For example, Manjushri Bodhisattva, Guanyin Bodhisattva, and they were Buddhas from other worlds who came to help Sakyamuni in the Saha world to teach this great vehicle Dharma to sentient beings. And finally, associators. They are those who did not have the conditions or lacked the blessing to really understand the Dharma, but they did not dare to leave, so they obediently sat down and listened. So even though they did not attain any realizations, they have created the karmic causes to listen to the Dharma in the future. And they will still benefit when causes and conditions come together in the future. Master says it does not matter if we understand or not, but we should always listen mindfully. If we cannot understand the Dharma in this lifetime, we can still create the causes and conditions for the future. So by listening to the Dharma, it is always beneficial. Although we currently cannot attain any realizations, we will still benefit from listening to the Dharma. Master hopes that once we have formed the aspirations and after we listen, we must accept and apply the Dharma. If we do not earnestly listen, then we cannot diligently practice. Therefore, we must earnestly listen to the teachings and not let them pass us by in our confusion. We must earnestly and single-mindedly sustain our vows to listen, contemplate, and practice. Do not be like the 5,000 people who obstructed themselves and others and wasted their human life away. So therefore, be mindful always. 感恩 for listening in. May wisdom and inspiration be with us always.